Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the M4A1. It's a tier 5 American medium tank. It's located on the north spawn of Halluf and it's under the command of heavy999. Now this tank, in my view, is the one that won the war. Although more T-34s were actually built during the war, after the war the M4A1 Sherman continued to be built, and they built over 50,000 in total. In fact, I think they've had them on the books as saying 49,234, but I don't think that's correct. I think it's well past 50,000, much more. Well, the version you're looking at is the M4A1 with the cast hull, and heavy999's fitted the 105mm gun, which is the assault gun that they were using for the Sherman. The standard Sherman was actually armed with a 75mm, and that's because it was in an anti-personnel role right from the start of the war, and of course they needed a tank that could fire HE, and the 75mm round was the first one they had, the first good gun they had. Towards the end of the war they actually fitted a 76mm gun, which was much more high velocity, more to be used against other tanks, because of course it could then penetrate the Germans. But the 105mm, the dirt gun, can do a lot of damage. In fact, in this version it'll do 410 alpha and penetrate 53mm of armour with a reload of 8.63 seconds, and you can see Heavy's managed to get it down to 7.59. First shot, Chinu takes a penetrating round for 379. He's not going to be a happy bunny right now. He's lost virtually all his hit points. They're just lining up to get killed there. Most of those tanks he can pen quite easily. Yep, that's the T-34. He didn't pen him actually on that one, but he did get a very strong hit on him. Okay, we've got a Leopard retreating, and he takes around for 172. I think that actually hit his tracks, that's why it did less damage than expected. But this Skoda's taking an awful risk coming up like that. And he's taken around for 135. Again, it hits a critical part. I think it hit the gun, or the gun mantlet, and that's why another non-penetrator. Waiting for that Leopard to come out. I think he's learned his lesson now. He won't come out because he knows it's in danger. And it looks like some of the other tanks are deciding to go around because that Type T-34 is trying to come up on our flank. But I'm pretty sure that Panzer IV Aslains H with the dirt gun, the 105, he is also going to deal with that guy, and, well, just missed the Skoda. The Leopard's come around the corner as well. Yes, you can see we hit the Skoda in the gun mantlet. That's why it didn't penetrate him. The Leopard's down to just 7 hit points now. He's an easy kill. Oh, and that one hit the ground. The dirt gun is just so much fun on the Sherman. 74 hit points. Again, he hits the tracks of that VK. That's better. 125 hits the front of the vehicle. So both of those tanks, the Leopard and the Skoda, are going to die if they get hit. And in fact the Leopard gets hit by the VK instead, and that's why he's out of the game. Okay, the Skoda is not going to last very long. He can take only 2 hits before he's going to be out of the game, but he's decided to retreat down the gap, and there's nothing for us to shoot at except that Chinu across the way, and he's trying to keep his head down. I'm not sure this is a wise move to move forward, but I think he wants to go at that Skoda. The Skoda's actually gone over the edge. So, Panzer IV takes the round instead, and he gets killed. And oh, we've been shot in the rear by an MT-25, and he hit the engine. And now we've had to burn our repair kit to get mobile again. Looks like the enemy decided to bypass us. And there's the Skoda. He actually managed to get down from his position, but he's now dead duck. Because yes, not going to stand a shell like that. And so these guys have decided now we've got to turn around and deal with the threat behind us. But that threat's now been taken out, neutralised. There's a Jagdpanzer 4 back near the cap area, but I'm pretty sure the P-43 Biz... Oh, no he doesn't actually, he gets killed as well. And so we are going to have to pay attention to that Jagdpanzer. Well, it was near. The burst radius of this gun is actually 2 meters, so we managed to get around close enough to actually splash him. And they are capping, so we're going to have to go back and deal with that. The Panzer 4H charged after the enemy tanks, and he's got very close, but he's very low on hit points now. And there's the Jagdpanzer 4. He's coming this way. Easy kill now, right into the side, and that's the end of his game. But we've got to get the reset. Or will the Panzer 4H get it? We only left a couple of tanks back in the northwest corner, and they're facing a KV-2. Oh, but they managed to kill him. And whoever was in the cap has stopped capping, and I don't think he was reset, so maybe he realises we're approaching. Heavy's decided just to wait here for a moment, see if the enemy makes a move and he can spot it. View range is quite good, 370 meters. You notice how he's actually using large repair kits and large first aid kits with this vehicle. So he expects to take a lot of damage and give a lot of damage, and therefore it pays to actually have the bigger kits, because at least that way you can fix more modules at the same time. Now, is the enemy sitting? Yes, he's been spotted. So somebody is just around the corner of that building and in one of the bushes. Yes, it's the Wolverine. He locks on, puts one in, gets a pen. Just got to wait for the kill, drive through the buildings. That's it, and he's gone. Nice shot, blew his turret. That's the end of his game. That's the 4th kill. And there's the enemy Arty saying hello. The enemy team's got 3 Arty, a Hummel, M44 and a Gorilla. And, well, they've killed all the enemy all our tanks in the northwest corner, and now we've just got this VK, but he's a one-shot. That's the one we were hitting earlier. Oh, now he survived that shot because he actually took it in the tracks. Can we get another one in? Yes, this time round it does hit somewhere where he can kill it. And the Arty pile the rounds into that corner, and he stops moving so he can let the other one fire his round, and they've all missed. They're all on reload now, so they won't be firing for another few seconds. There's 3 enemies left, and he's got 5 kills already, so there's potential here to get a Radley Walters. In fact, he's one of only 2 left on his team, the other one being the M44, who's, well, kind of chickened out because he's gone onto the ledge all the way down the cliff. I don't think he can help from that spot. And we've spotted the Gorilla. He was very close, and now he's dead. That's the Top Gun, and potentially the high caliber, because he's got 20% of the enemy hit pool. There's the M44. We were spotted. He's on the move. He wasn't really going to get a shot at this range. The HE rounds move a lot slower, which means you have to give a good lead. And that M44 is going to be loaded when he sees us next, so he is going to be able to do a shotgun. And he's just knocked down a tree in that bush. There you are. Oh, he missed it. He fired before it was fully dialed in. But he'll go another go, and yeah, this time round he doesn't miss, and that's a Piscucci's. He's weaving to avoid the shell that's possibly coming from the Hummel. Still got a lot of his hit points intact. You can see why heavy999 has 2 marks on the barrel. It won't be long before he's got 3rd. Not at this rate. He's carrying his team. You could say, if I wasn't copying what's on another channel, you could say he's carrying the stupids. Don't worry, Klaus, I won't use it that often. And you can see another thing actually, the heavy999's done. He's only painted the hull, not the turret. And that's true, because you don't have to do the turret to get the camo bonus. You only need to paint or camo the hull in order to get it. The M44 says, I am out of play range. Sorry, yes, he went over the edge of the cliff, and I don't understand why he did it. He is an inexperienced player. He's only got a 46% win rate, but you don't just go and throw yourself off the cliff to just because you can't play properly. Yeah, the Wolverine's saying he can't. He fell off a cliff. Yeah, he didn't fall off. I think he went there deliberately. And there's the Hummel, and he's waiting. Hello. One round in, 177. The Hummel's got a 15cm gun. It doesn't work very well at short range. Not the long one. And that's the end of the game. And that's a Radley Waters and a Dimitri's medal. And he gets the victory. Very well done to heavy999. What an absolutely brilliant game that was. That was an ace tanker. And not just any old ace tanker. That was a first ace tanker for heavy999 in the M4A1 Sherman. Very well done. He got a demolition expert because he blew the Wolverine to pieces. Yeah, so that second shot into the Wolverine set off the ammo and blew his turret. He got a fire for effect for doing more damage than hit points to his own vehicle and bruised the medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 11. He got an Oskins medal in that one. He destroyed 3 enemy tanks or tank destroyers with a medium tank in the battle, and they had to be at least 1 tier higher. And one of the ones he took out was the VK3601H. That was a tier higher than him. And the other one was the Jagdpanzer 4, which is tier 6 as well. So very well done with those two. And also, you could say the Hummel and the M44 are tier 6, and he's tier 5. So again, more tanks that he killed, which are higher tier than him. He got a Dimitri's medal because he killed all 3 enemy Arty in that game. He got a Radley Waters medal for killing 8 enemy tanks, and a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. And his win rate from that battle, 19,578. A very good game, and I think it was indeed helped a lot by the fact that he had the 105mm gun, because that dirt gun is a lot of fun and does do a lot of damage, especially to lightly armed vehicles. Let's have a look at the team score. 2,722 hit points. He was the only one to get over 2,000. The next high scorer being the Griller on the enemy team, 1,785. And, well, he was very close when we encountered him. I think he decided to get closer and go down into the middle of the map because you can get better shots from there. The next high score after that was the T-3485 on his own team with 1,451. So a big difference between him, and yes, you could say that he was carrying the stupids in that game. When it came to kills, he had the highest number in the game, and more than half the enemy team was taken out by him. 4 times more than the next highest scorer on his own team, and more than double the next highest scorer on the enemy team. That was the VK3601H. He managed to get 3. 2 kills for the P43 Beers and the VK3001H, and 3 members of the enemy team, the M44, the Jagdpanzer 4, and the Panzer 3-4. Sorry. When it came to base XP, he was the only one to get over 1,000 with 1,410. The next high scorer being half of his score, less than half actually, I think, 668 base, and that was the T-3485 with the P43 picking up 580. He fired 24 rounds in that game, 17 direct hits, 6 penetration and 12 splash. Damage of 2,722 hit points, of which 19 hit points was done at more than 300 meters. 3 hits received, 3 penetrations. Yeah, the armor on the M4A1 isn't that great. It did get a bit of a reputation during the war, but they solved that problem mainly by actually ensuring that the ammo was stored in the racks properly and that it was covered by applique armor on the outside of the vehicle, so that if the enemy aimed for the ammo racks, they probably wouldn't set them off because the shells wouldn't get through the armor. 1 hit received by way of splash damage. Yes, the enemy did get close to him several times. 4 enemy vehicles spotted, those are the Artys. 11 enemy vehicles damaged, 8 killed, and 85 hit points of damage assistance. On a premium count, he earned 47,354 credits, 22,256 for completing the mission events. I think that's holiday ops on this one. 69,610 credits altogether, and after repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables, he took away a profit of 44,174 credits. 2,115 XP, times 2 for the first victory, 1,058 for completing the mission and events. I think that's holiday ops again. 5,288 experience points altogether. What a fantastic game. That's the sort of game that everyone wishes they could get in their M4A1 Sherman, because it really, you can take advantage of the enemy with a tank like this, with that sort of gun. But heavy999, well, congratulations for getting your first ace in this vehicle, and what a game to get your first ace in, to get all those extra medals as well. This is the best he's ever done, best battle, to come from behind and get a Radley's. Yeah, superb. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a comment down below because it feeds the algorithm and gets everybody watching, and thanks for watching.